Alright, I had a handful of you guys reach out to me as I was building the oil cooler on my 2020 all-wheel drive with the VR30 on it. It got in a rear end accident, so I just got it back a couple days ago. So started working back on the oil cooler. So I started off with a really cheap radiator. So I started getting a lot of noise. I think my oil pump was working a little harder than it needed to. Um, because there was just no back pressure in it. So switch to this one. I have done a startup. There's no leaking. That noise from the oil pump is now gone. Um, I chose to mount it just to the side of my heat exchanger, as you can see. With the stock bumper, you do have to cut out some stuff, and I'll show you that way it still gets airflow. So I know this is a little bit ghetto, but it will work. Some of the parts where the hoses are going to rub, this is just radiator hose that I put on here. I've done this for some motorcycles when I change stuff around. It tends to do pretty well with keeping things from scraping. Last thing you want to do, obviously, is going to be ripping a hose and losing all your oil while driving. Come underneath the car here, bear with me. And excuse the mess, I am the worst at keeping a clean working spot. Then I do have a thermostatic sandwich plate. This is Greddy. It was for SRT 20, but it bolted right up. I actually did not need to cut off that little lip right there, but in cutting that off, it actually helps because, as you guys know, if you've done your own oil changes, that thing is worthless, and all it does is dump the oil on that bar, and then it spreads out and goes everywhere. So if you want to take the time for cleaner oil changes, that might not be a bad way to go. Let's come back out. So on the bumper part, you have the two sides right here. That same thing was over on this side as well, but I cut those out because I need air to go through there to make it to my oil cooler. Couple of my other toys over there. So if any of you guys are two-wheel friends and live in Colorado, hit me up. But yeah, got it started up. No issues with leaks, oil pressure. I didn't get it all the way up to operating temp as I still need an exhaust after my accident. So not really looking just to dump exhaust fumes right underneath or on a bumper. There's the exhaust. You can see that fun little bend right there from my rear end. But shop did a pretty good job matching the color on the bumper, so I am happy with that. Unfortunately, with the hack that happened and the ransom, the Infiniti was being held for to get their systems back. It took a little bit longer, so for you guys that were asking for this, again, my apologies it took so long, but I think this is going to be my final solution. I will show you the one that I had previously. This was just a real cheap one. It was off of Amazon. I think it was called like Evil Energy or something goofy like that. But again, even just blowing air through them, I could tell that, and just simply by the weight of it. And as you guys know, it's a name brand, so might be helpful not to go super cheap on it like I did. But I got to waste $100, so hopefully you guys don't have to. So, but yeah, that's it. Feel free to email me or DM me with any questions, but be safe out there, guys. Have a good one.